So to conquer the monster, what you have to understand is that if you're putting yourself in the top of the triangle, giving and giving and giving, okay, then you're already feeding the negative behavior. And I know he's using this, you use this yourself to be able to try to identify the behavior. Just understand you already are. Okay.
Right.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. What we need to do is start going with those adds and subtracts. We need to start filling our cup and keeping ourselves full in a way that we can continue to give more. You get what you give in this life.
That's right.
If you remember that she's loving, naturally empathetic, nurturing, all you have to do is get good at giving.
That's right.
That's it. So the other problem that I have with this is many people, including yourself, when you start to shut down out of power, okay, you start attacking and blaming, and this could be out of impact too in the nice guy triangle, but what'll happen is you would potentially trigger the crap out of your wife right now, okay? Because you've already jerked your responsibilities. You've already blamed her. You've already shut down. I always tell guys in the program, no, you make her coffee every day. Make her damn coffee every day. You show up.
Be consistent.
Yeah. So although the identification process is powerful for this book, remember, he's talking to almost all married couples, married men, right? So if that's the case, don't do things that are going to cause a rift or a break between you and your wife. Do things that are going to move you forward.
That's right. And I'll say this now that although it identified a lot for me, it wasn't necessarily productive because I spent 2 weeks doing this. And all the while that I did it, I was doing it to discover, but because I hadn't dealt with the issue of just becoming a new man, I was literally doing this and it became a covert contract in itself. And so I learned that if I just spent those 2 weeks developing core values and pressing toward my identity, rather than kind of trying to get out of the wrecked phase of discovering more about who I really am so I can fix it. We can even do it for ourselves. I can't fix myself. I've got to become something new. And so it was not productive.
That's right.
It taught me a lot, but then I spent all that time ruminating, focusing on the things that I needed to just let go of and become different. And I could have been, it's just like not, taking a rest stop for 4 days rather than actually keeping on the journey.
And we've seen this in many parts of, or many men in the program. Like if we look at losing coping mechanisms in Man with Impact, Man in Power. Very beginning of the reset, we talk about this. And what we have though is a lot of men doing this sort of thing, the same, different, but the same idea. And what happens is it starts to feed the scorekeeping that we haven't even talked about. It starts to feed the nice guy that's not actually ready yet, because most of us read this book so damn fast that you're not even ready for that sort of stuff. Then you're not prepared to deal with your partner who doesn't trust you. You have no way to respond. You're just still so deep in your nice guy that you might have light bulbs going off. But again, that's what the book is doing. It's light bulbs. You don't know what to do yet.
That's right. They're flat. You're blind. They blinded you.
That's correct.
They're flashing in your face so much you're blind. This is like with a sport. There's certain things that I like to do in life. A coach can help us. Like you're on the football team. You just can't go out there having never played and just get suited up and get on the front line. You'll get smeared. You can't just read a book and say, oh, I'm ready. And you'll get smeared. You'll get smeared emotionally and your relationship's going to get worse.
So let's do this. Conquer the Monster Activity 13. Instead of identifying a covert contract, what I want you to do is realize and just acknowledge, reflect, let it go. That's what I've done. I give to get. That's why my partner, that's why people think I manipulate. That's why I lie. That's all the stuff we've already talked about. Just recognize it, say it out loud, and let it go. I want to be someone different now. I want to give. Then you can go to Conquer the Monster Activity 14. Instead of doing this, go through your own version of, well, how much more could I give? When you think about those adds and subtracts, can you get up an hour earlier so you can go to the gym an hour earlier so you can give more to your family before everybody's got to go on with their day?
That's right.
That's something that I do personally. That's right. And that's not to get anything from my wife. It's not because I get to help with the kids. It's because I'm an active, involved man in my home. That's right. And I'm an active participant. And the beautiful byproduct is all this stuff is done. The energy starts the day better. And blah, blah, blah.
That's right. And you're doing it when you do more and you're learning. You'll see it. You'll feel it. You're never going to get away from man, I'm doing so much. What in the world? But then you recognize it and you give more. And the more you give without wanting, the more you'll be the man that does that.